Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I am the last person today in our fabulous event that we have had. I've been hosting today, and it is called Bead-Dazzling Ideas for Paper Crafting. Or maybe it was paper crafters. I don't know, one or the other. But anyway, we like to use all kinds of fun stuff, right? And today I'm going to show you how to make a beaded tassel. That's what we're going to be doing today. Now these are a little bit different, and we are going to use some larger beads for this. These have some larger holes, and I wanted to just kind of use some of the things that I already have because we just all have things that we should be using, right? Instead of running right out every time we turn around to buy something for some project, right? But anyway, I just thought that would be really a lot of fun to use something that I already had on hand. So that's what we're going to do today. I hope that you guys have been having a wonderful time. I hope that you have been watching all of our fabulous presenters today, because we have just had so many people and so many great ideas today, and we've had lots of bling, probably more dazzle than beads, maybe. I'm not sure about that, but so many great ideas and all perfect things for paper crafting. Hi, Deborah, how are you? I'm fine. And it just makes it so fun to be able to use stuff. Now, look at this. This is what I've got. This is some of that, the sari silk scraps you can buy in a big bundle. And I have shown you that before. Hey, let me grab them real quick and I'll show you. So this is what I've got left of this. It's just a big mess. And they take these, they're actually little scraps, that they have trimmed off when they're making saris. And so what they do is they take the scraps and they just sew them end to end. And so I've got this big mess. Oh my goodness, I've almost lost the ones I picked out. Please hold. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. But, I just decided I didn't really care if it was just all, neat and tidy, because that's what I do is I just, let's say I want to use this orange one. So I find one of it, end of it, and I snip it off, and I just pull it to the other end, and I just snip that one off. And so, next time I need a different color, that's all I do. And I have found that to be really an easy way to do it. Hi, Stephanie, Valerie, Deborah, Sue, Stephanie, Carol. Hey, you guys, thanks so much for popping on. I know I am not usually on at this time of day, and so I never have any idea if my people will, pop over and say hello and watch for a few minutes. So thanks so much. That really means a lot that you have come over to spend a little time with me. Hi, Roberta. Roberta did the cutest little project too. She made a little beaded handle for the project that she did a couple of weeks ago, when we had the memory keeping event. What was it called? Time capsule throwdown memory keeping. And so, so she used that and she kind of finished that. And isn't that wonderful when we can take one of our projects and then, at the next time that we're in an event, take that same thing and take it a step further, right? You guys, I have got to share myself over into the crafty bunch. I almost forgot to do that, because that's where we are having all of the presenters today. That's our group that we have been sharing into, and then also my group, which is my Artful Adventures Clubhouse. I can't talk. And so both of those places, you could have watched all of the people today and simply refresh your browser in between. And you guys, it makes it so easy when you do that to be able to, to find the next person. You don't have to hunt for who's next. So you guys, so we're going to use this, and I do have some other little things in here, some other trims. I think I picked this up. It was just laying there, and I didn't really plan to use that. I do have a little bit of white because I thought I might want to put a little bit of white in here. I'm not sure yet, but here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how to make a little tool to make your tassels with. And I have, and I don't want to make a super long tassel, but I cut this off of a scrap I already had. I laughed. I told my husband, I said I was going to use part of a box, and the next thing I knew, the box was gone. He had taken it out to recycle. I'm like, uh-oh. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut part way in here, and I'm going to cut another place right here, and all this is going to do is allow us, and I'm going to take my I'm just going to take my craft knife and cut the, oh, you guys, let me put you down a little bit closer. That's kind of far. Let me figure out which one it needs to be. There we go. So I'm just going to take this and trim this off. So we just want a little slot in here. And this will be so that we can wrap, like once we wrap our stuff around to make the tassel, then we'll use that. And now I'm going to also cut just another couple of little places here, just little slits, and I'm going to string, I'm going to put, oh, I can't work and talk. A tool, I know. I'm going to get, you know, you can actually buy things to use for this, but, you know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take enough that I know I can tie it at the top, or it's going to be like that loop. Like, you know, you have to have something to attach a tassel onto something else, right? So that's what this is going to be. And we're just going to put that right up here and keep it out of our way, because we want to have it already here when we're ready to use it. Then we don't have to string something through. Okay, so we want that to stay out to the sides. So now we're going to take whatever we want to use here. And I probably will use a little bit of the white. I don't know. Let's string the colors together first. Let's lay them out and see what we think. You know, I could just be happy using these, because these are kind of my happy place colors. I love that. Now we've got some stringy stuff on here, and I think I'll go ahead and snip some of that off. And you guys, I went away this weekend and spent some time with some friends. We do a couple of getaways each year, usually in July and one in August, or not August, oh my word, October. And we had the best time. It's just so relaxing. Now this part has, it didn't get its extra little part snipped off. Now you can tell this is going to be kind of a raggedy tassel. And that might be okay. Oh, you guys, look at that. That green is not as long. Let me see. Let me grab another green and see if it's any longer. Let's see if we can pull one out here. It would be longer. Yeah, this green is longer. Let's use another piece. I'd like for it to at least be as long as the other pieces. And then I can wrap my tassel around our tool, our homemade tool, to get this. Okay, now I really had thought about, I don't know, this is, and you know what, you guys, this is not what I had in mind when I was thinking, well, it's still in very long. I guess whatever green they had wasn't as long. That's funny. Okay, we'll just even one side up and not worry about it. And I think I'll put some of this navy blue in here. I think that would be pretty. I don't know, should we put another navy piece in? I don't know, should we add any white? You know, I kind of think no. Except it would give us a little bit more bulk. Oh yeah, let's do a little bit of white. Just maybe one. Yeah, I don't want too much. Or should we do the rickrack? Oh, that'd be kind of cute. I think I'll just leave it at the one little straight one. Okay, so now, okay, I was going to tell you. I was thinking that I would make like some tassels and put beads on the little things, right? Well, then when I pulled my beads out, most of my beads do not have holes that are anywhere large enough to do something like that. Now, you could take this same idea and you could work in some beads that you have strung already. And you could put, you know, a strand of those around here, and that would be a lot of fun. Oops, I lost my white one. Hang on a second. And I think that would be, if you were going to do that, that's how I would do that. I would put, you know, I would string them and then put them in here. So we're going to take this, kind of even them up over here. And now, phew. Oh, let's see. Let's see what. I got to move something all the way so I can see what somebody wrote. Stephanie says she's been wanting to do a tassel for her little mermaid book. It was a struggle to add charms to it. And now, okay, great. Yeah. You know, you could do this. And like I said, look for beads that have way bigger holes in them. Okay. And you know what? I do not have any idea why I had these. I don't know what I was going to do with them. This is about the size. If you've ever seen some of those bracelets, I don't even know what they call them, but you can add the beads onto the bracelets, and they're, you know, kind of a nice size. Well, they're probably something kind of similar, you know, to this, and then this would go on there. This is a little bit thicker than would go on here, but I think you understand what I'm saying, right? And so I think that, you know, that's something that you could use these for, but I don't, I have a bracelet that's similar to something like that, but that's not what I have on them. I have a bunch of other stuff on them. Okay, so now we're going to take this and I'm going to just wrap this around. I'm going to leave it off down here a little bit, or you don't even really have to, because it's all going to be even once we start wrapping this around. Now make sure that these ends are not going to get tied up in what you're doing, right? You'll still want to be able to grab those. So we're going to push this up a tiny bit. And now we're just going to start wrapping this around. And so depending on how much you wrap, let me see. Okay, I lose some of my color there. So, you know, that's it for this one. You know, I don't have to think how many times I'm going to wrap it because I only have enough for this one to go this many times, right? Okay, so now I'm going to bump it over a tiny bit. Well, I could take it at this point. I can take the ends here. Oh my goodness. Almost need another hand. Okay, so now I can undo this. Maybe. There we go. I can undo both of those, and now I can go ahead and just tie the top. Or no. Oh my goodness, no. Don't. This is one of those things, like, you know, be sure and watch what I do all the way through, because Christy may have forgotten what she was doing. Don't do that. We don't want to do that. This is the part we need to do next. We're going to take that same kind of string, but we're going to run it through. The reason we've left this hole here is because it gives us a little bit of a spot where we can see what's going on. But you need to move it over. That hole could have been farther. So this slot could be, you know, farther over, or you can make this longer. You need something to support it, though. You can't cut it all the way over and then wrap stuff around and around and it not, you know, start getting too bendy. You know, that's a term. That's a technical term. Technical crafting term. Too bendy. So now we're just going to put this up through here like that. And you could, you know, grab something tighter. And I'm just going to grab it like this. And I'm going to leave a little bit. And now I'm just going to snip this off and then tie it. And now then this is going to make that little part at the top. That's that little loop. Okay. I'm just going to tie it like that, tie it real tight. Now I'm going to try and tie a knot here, and then I'll just continue to wrap it around. You almost need another finger, right? Okay. Now at this point, now we can take this off here. We've already got it looped through there. We don't have to worry about catching it in all those little places. And then we can just take it up here, and I'm just going to make like an overhand knot. And you know, just depending on what you want to tie it to or whatever, you might not need something nearly that big, but you know, we have it if we want it that big. Now I'm just going to slide all of this off of here. You know, I should have trimmed that first while it was under there. I could see where it needed to go. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and take this part and just wind it around several times to make that little, it's like you're kind of wrapping it around the throat, so to speak. I don't even know what you would call it. But just make that tight. You know what? I'm going to cut these off because they're kind of in my way. You guys, it's been a long time since I did this. This seems like a lot more fiddly than I remember. But just tie it, just go around and around here. Except now I've got this one in the way. And then, you know, you can just tie it. Then when you're done tying this off and wrapping it around as many times as you want, then you can kind of just, you know, add these into the dangly parts. So now, see, if I would have cut this while it was still on the cardboard, I could have just run it right through there, which is what I meant to do and just completely forgot. Okay. So you've got those in there. You got your little dingly thing here. And then now all I'm going to do is I'm going to start taking some of these, and I'm just going to take them, and they don't all need to be at the bottom. I think the fun part about this would be to just put them wherever you want, like slide some of them up higher, some of them down lower. And so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a knot. And you know what, you guys? This is one way that you could do this. So I'm going to leave that knot kind of big so it doesn't slip. Now, another thing you could do is you could kind of tighten that up, and you could put a bit of glue right here and put your bead. If it starts to slip down over it, then your bead would be secured, you know, down lower. But, you know, just pick and choose where you want to add a little bead, a little bling. And this, you know what, you guys, I just grabbed this out. It was just a piece I had there. It would be better if it was a little bit longer for something like this, because these are not that long. These strands are not super long to be able to, you know, tie these little knots. But, you know, it's just, and I would make a practice one first before I, if you've got some fibers or, you know, ribbons or whatever you want to use, I would make a practice one first so that you have a good idea of how long that you would want to make yours, right? Here's one that's not cut. And I've even got some of these that are a little bit more, these are a little flat. And that's not, that ribbon is not going to be, you'd almost have to put a dab of glue on this one, because even when I tie this off, this is not going to be thick enough. That's not going to be thick enough at all to stay on. So you just kind of have to play with it. Like this is not, oh my goodness. About got, And you know, one thing that would be nice is if you had something and you could hang it from, like I got a little thing here for my stand. Then if you've got something to hang it on, you know, and I don't know, is it supposed to have another tie right there? That really wouldn't look that bad if you tied it again. You know, I think that wouldn't look bad. Maybe maybe I can undo this. I might can and I might not be able to. Who knows? I could just cut it. I don't know where those scissors showed up from. They're not any of my normal scissors I have in here because they hardly cut. I don't know where they came from. Probably a drawer in the kitchen. Okay, this is going to look better. Why is it sometimes when you do a project, sometimes you just feel like you're all thumbs, you guys? Some days are like that, right? There. And then you've got this loose, and then you could tie it to whatever you wanted to. And then you just keep going around here and adding the little blings. And just put as many or as few on there as you want to, right? Oh my goodness, I'm falling behind. You're redoing your whole tassel. This was the easiest way to make it. I don't even have a hole. Oh my goodness, yeah. Yes, you could tie charms on there, wouldn't? Oh, and look, I didn't even think about that. Look, I just tied this one on instead of a knot. You could tie them on. I mean, there's all kinds of ways you could do that. You know what? And isn't that the fun thing about crafts is, you know, there's so many ways to do things. You know, so many things are not really a right way to do it. It's more like just a way to get it done, right? And that's kind of pretty. It had kind of a hint of, actually I thought it was kind of a brownish color, but now that I have it on that purple, it looks more purple. Oh, well, it doesn't to you, does it? I don't know. But isn't that fun? And then, might be easier with all the beautiful charms and beads. Put them on everyone I have seen use as a chain. And that took, that loops everything. Hi, Michelle, how are you? Edith, the more you age, the more fumbly your fingers are. Yeah, I get that too, girlfriend. I think that's true. But, you know, yeah, I think that would be fun to put, you know, another, and I think, you know, and if you could tighten this up, and, you know, sometimes if you have it on one side and then you pull it around to the other side to where you have a little bit more leverage, you know, then you can kind of tie it a little bit better. I don't know. Somewhere I have a video that, and I know it's on Facebook here on my page, and I think I did 3 or 4 ways to make a tassel. So like I said, there's not just one way to do it. But look, isn't that fun? You put some beads on there. See, it is, what did I call it? Bead-Dazzling Ideas. So there you have it. There's a bead-dazzling idea. I kind of like them down a little bit lower, I think. But, yeah, we could just keep tying them on here, right? But I hope you like that idea. Yeah, then you can just, you know, put them all on there wherever you want them. It's just, you know, it just adds more interest, I think. I kind of like the little bit of white, although it's not very evenly distributed. Maybe you can kind of pull another one back over here. But you know, it's just going to fluff around and end up where it wants to anyway, right? So there you go. I mean, that's basically it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you get some use out of that and your little homemade tool. So yeah, if you know, here's the deal. I wrapped mine more over here. This is kind of where you should wrap it, and then you can put your, you know, your other piece that you're using to tie it off with. You know, like if this is your tassels are right here, then you can go through here and wrap it around like this. and just grab it like that and tie it all together like this. And then after you've got it tied like that, reach down here, run your scissors, oops, I'm out of the frame, run your scissors in through here, get it, you know, through there, snip off the bottom so that it's loose, and then you can, you know, pull it off. And you know, and then your other little loop at the top too. I didn't talk about that. So I hope that's helpful. I hope that's an idea for you to use for the future. Oh my goodness, I'm tired. We've had such a fun time today. We had so many great presenters today and so many ideas to make things like this. So I hope if you didn't get a chance to see everybody, I hope you will go back and you know, see what everybody did. Oh my goodness. Stephanie says she hopes that comment made sense. Oh my goodness. So if I were to put charms, I should make the metal piece using the jade. Make the metal piece. Okay, I'm trying to think of what you're talking about, Stephanie. Yeah, if you had a different piece that had you know, chains and stuff in it, you could definitely do it at the same time that you were doing those. Like, and if you were going to use them and you had several strands of already pre-strung beads that you were going to use, yes, I would just loop them over at the same time with the rest of your fibers, ribbons, you know, your sari silk, seam binding, whatever it is. That's the way I would do it anyway. I hope that makes sense. I think that's kind of what you were asking. Anyway, you guys, I am going to let you go now. It's been a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. And my time, I haven't even spent half an hour. Well, there it is. There's my idea. I should have done something 30 minutes or less. But anyway, you get it. You get the idea, right? Isn't that fun, though? You guys take care. Have a wonderful time. And be kind to each other. Bye-bye.